Hey guys, it's Navoja and welcome to my channel called Stir the Pot, where we talk about the controversial or forgotten topics of money, mindset, and relationships. Welcome to episode 2, guys, where we talk briefly about human nature and relationships. Of course, in episode 1, we spoke about the commerce of relationship, where most people have forgotten or don't think about the aspect of value exchange in relationship. One of the main points that were raised from our previous episode was about the fact that everyone focuses on what they want out of a relationship, but don't sit down and take the time to think that whatever they want something in return. Hence, both have to bring value, and of course, that value exchange is what will, I think, or should I say, I believe, will add, or should I say, make the relationship very effective. So, with no further ado, we'll jump into episode 2. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, guys. On all platforms, I'll be there. I'll give you the page information later down. So, with no further ado, we'll jump right into it. Of course, in going through these episodes, my aim is to add value to the populace so that you guys can have more effective relationships, better money management skills, and a solid mindset to bring it all together. So, episode 2, we're talking about human nature in relationships. My belief is that it's a topic or it's a factor of relationship that many people fail to acknowledge or fail to realize or fail to talk about enough. So, we're now living in a world today where the focus is on emotions, the focus is on feelings, the focus is on all of those factors that we talk about day in, day out in these modern day. No, I'm not here to talk about those stuff. I think we've gone all out. We've come up with a lot of terms, emotional intelligence, and all of those things. And that's why I choose to take a different turn in terms of what factors of relationship that we're not focusing on enough. Yes, emotions are important, feelings are important, all of those things. Of course, nurturing and all of those things. Everybody talks about it, everybody focuses on it. But I think there's another side of relationships, our humanity that we keep forgetting about, which is the nature side of our being. And essentially, I think that we are ignoring or don't give enough thought towards looking at our innate capabilities, our natural proclivities when it comes on to us being human beings. And that's a topic for today. Essentially, over the years, of course, we have developed a lot of tools, techniques, principles. A lot of energy goes into the whole softer side of us being humans and the impact it has on relationships. As I said, more feelings, emotions, and all things. We're now raised in a society nowadays where we focus mainly on those factors, the softer side. And I think that enough focus is not placed on the more hardcore side of relationships. So, one of the questions I will ask is why is this being overlooked so much? Yet still we see it every day. We get up and we see, of course, in relationships, we see people, experiencing cheating, violence, and all those things. And I don't think we're asking questions like, why does it happen? Why is it happening so often? If we're in a society and 70% of people are doing a particular thing, why are we focused on the whole concept of the emotions? Okay, so something happened and we're talking about, oh, he's not emotionally intelligent, or that person is emotionally stunted. But the real question is, why do we do it? And I think it comes back around to nature. It comes back around to our instincts. It comes back around to our natural proclivities as human beings to do certain things. I'm not an expert in the matter, but I know you have some guys in the field called evolutionary psychology and biology that tries to explain these things. And I would advise you guys go and have a read wherever you can. Google it, read the books, etc. To get more knowledge on these things. Again, I'm not an expert on this matter, so I won't get too deep into it. But as I said, I noticed that most people are not talking about these stuff. So, one of the things I've often heard, and I will focus on the term they use, as I said, emotional, what do you call it again? Emotional intelligence. Yeah, that's the word there. And I notice it's a word that's thrown around a lot. And I notice it's the reason, or people keep saying, that person is not emotionally intelligent or emotionally stunted, why they are acting how they act. And the question I was asked is, are we built this way? Can we expect a lion to be emotionally intelligent? Yes, I know we're on the top of the whole hierarchy when it comes down to the mammals, and yes, we have cognitive processes and so forth. But again, are we really ignoring our natural proclivities to the point that it's affecting our relationships? And that's the question I keep asking. Now, one of the things I will dive into is something like, where does jealousy comes from? Is it a natural process? Is it tied to our emotions? And I would argue that I think it's more tied to our natural capabilities or natural ways of doing things. Most people dismiss jealousy as, oh, he's just jealous and that's how it is, and he should learn to control his emotions and so forth. But what if it doesn't have anything to do with emotions? What doesn't why do we think that it has to do with that? Why don't we think that it's a natural, proclivity of ours, or a natural state of being for us? And that's where I tend to question things and, put to the populace that I think we should really look back into what's causing all of these issues when it comes down to relationships. Are we ignoring a side that we really should be considering? Now, in saying this, I'm not saying we should be subject or should follow our instincts. No, we do have cognitive capabilities to know what serves us or what will give us a better result. I mean, we're not animalistic like the regular animals, the lions, the tigers, the snakes, and so forth. Yes, we do have, more more tendencies than that. We're developed, we're evolved more than these beings. However, I think we're ignoring those things and it's coming to bite us. Now, my thought process on this is, it's a discussion that we should have. So when you're looking at relationships now, for instance, as men and as women, and I'm talking about heterosexual relationships here. Men have a nature. Women also have a nature. And I think we should, as man and woman, as people in relationship, being, and it doesn't matter in what type of relationship, friendships, business, anything. I think we need to have a serious sit down and talk about what our natural push, what's your natural push towards certain factors in life. I think if we sit down and discuss these things, we would be in a better frame of understanding each other, understanding, of course, how do we move from where we are, what is it that we want to achieve, how does it help us, and how does it also hold us back. I won't get into the definite saying, hey, this is a 5-step way to do this or so forth. But my aim in this episode is to simply ask the question and put it out there. Is it that a lot of our tendencies and issues in relationship is based on our lack of, should I say, emotional intelligence? Or is it the fact that we're not paying attention to our nature? And by paying attention, as I said, I don't mean to say we should follow them, but have a deeper understanding of why we do what. So stay tuned. I will go into this a bit further. And that's it for episode 2, guys. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, folks.